All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into a homeowner's absolute worst nightmare, a broken AC on the hottest day of the year. We're going to turn that panic into a solid plan, giving you the knowledge you need to handle pretty much any home comfort emergency.
Okay, let's jump right in. Just imagine this. It's one of those ridiculously hot summer days. The air is just thick and heavy, and then nothing. Silence. Your AC just died. You know that sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach? Yeah, that's what we're here to fix. By the end of this, you're going to have a clear, actionable plan to turn that panic into a confident decision.
So first up, we've got to understand the enemy, and I'm talking about your local climate. You see, every single region has its own set of challenges that put a constant, relentless strain on your home's comfort system. You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Our HVAC systems are kind of the unsung heroes of our homes, just humming along in the background, working tirelessly. And to really get a feel for how hard these things work, let's look at a case study from a really challenging climate, Cornelius, North Carolina.
So, you might be asking, what exactly is an HVAC system in a place like Cornelius up against? Well, we're talking about a relentless, year-round humidity that makes the machine fight moisture nonstop. Then you pile on scorching summer heat, freezing winter ice storms, and get this, even shifting clay soil that can literally move the foundation of the unit. It's like a perfect storm of environmental stress. So, what happens when a system gets pushed to its absolute limits, day after day? Well, it starts to show some serious signs of strain, and it often fails in some very predictable ways. Let's break down some of the most common failures so you can spot the warning signs early.
Have you ever gone to check your indoor AC unit and seen it covered in ice? Like a literal block of ice? That is not just some weird quirk. That's a massive cry for help. Your system is basically suffocating because it can't breathe properly. It's a dead giveaway that something is really wrong with either the airflow or the refrigerant levels.
And then, oh boy, then there's the big one, the heart of the entire system, the compressor. When this thing goes, it is game over for your AC. And you know when it happens? Almost always on the hottest day of the year, after your system has been running full blast for days and it just can't take anymore.
Do you ever wonder why one room in your house feels like an icebox, while another is always stuffy and hot? Well, it could be a sign that you're paying a fortune to air condition your attic. Yeah, leaky ductwork is the silent killer of your energy bill, just bleeding all that precious cool air into your walls and crawl spaces. It's way more common than people realize.
And finally, let's talk about something you probably never think about, the condensate drain line. It's the perfect breeding ground for mold and gunk. And when it gets blocked, all that water your AC is pulling out of the air, well, it has to go somewhere. And that somewhere is often right through your ceiling, leading to some really expensive water damage. Okay, so you've got a problem. Now what do? Let's pull back the curtain a little bit and see what a real professional does when they show up. The number one takeaway here is that this is not about guesswork. It's all about data.
A professional service call should always be a transparent, three-step process. Think of it like this: diagnose, repair, and guarantee. First, they use real tools to test and find the root cause. Then, they give you a clear, written plan to fix it. And finally, they prove that the fix actually worked, and they stand behind it with a warranty. If they're skipping any of those steps, you should be asking a lot of questions.
Look, the bottom line is this. A real pro will show you the numbers. They'll hook up digital tools, they'll measure the pressures, the electrical loads, all of it, and then they'll walk you through the results. This isn't about some high-pressure sales tactic. It's about giving you the actual information so you can make the right call for your home and for your wallet.
And all that data leads us to the big one, maybe the most stressful question of all for a homeowner. Do you repair the old system, or do you bite the bullet and replace it? It's a huge decision, but there's actually a really simple rule of thumb that can help you out.
It really is the ultimate homeowner's dilemma, right? Do you keep pouring money into a machine that's on its last legs, or do you make this massive investment in a brand new one? It's incredibly stressful. But what if I told you there's a simple formula that can cut right through all that noise and help you make a really smart financial decision?
It's called the $5,000 rule. And honestly, it's a total game changer. It's super simple. You just multiply the age of your system, in years, by the estimated cost of the repair. If that final number is over $5,000, it's probably time to start looking at new units. It's just a great way to avoid throwing good money after bad.
Let's just see this rule in action, okay? So say you've got a 12-year-old system and the repair is going to be about $500.
Well, 12 times 500 is $6,000. That's over the line. Decision? Replace. But what about a newer 5-year-old system that needs a $400 fix? 5 times 400 is only $2,000. In that case, a repair makes total financial sense. See? It's a simple, data-driven way to make a really tough choice. Okay, so you've figured out what's wrong, you've made the tough call on whether to repair or replace. Now for the really hard part, finding a professional you can actually trust with something so important in your home. So here it is, a checklist of things that are absolutely non-negotiable.
This right here is your non-negotiable checklist. I mean it. Don't even think about hiring someone who doesn't check every single one of these boxes. They must be licensed and certified. They must give you upfront, flat-rate pricing with no hidden fees. They must give you an estimate in writing before they lift a single tool. They must guarantee their work in writing for at least a year. And they must be available 24/7 because you know these things never break at a convenient time. No exceptions on any of these.
So, at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Your home's comfort system isn't just another appliance to be fixed. It is a critical investment in your family's health, your safety, and your well-being. And by understanding the challenges it's up against and knowing exactly what to look for in a pro, you can protect that investment and make sure your home stays a comfortable, safe haven for years to come.